Hey there everybody, this is Tiger Eye Gaming and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Hardcore Let's Play. First off, I do want to say sorry for the slight delay between last video and this one. Hopefully I didn't worry anyone too much that I had died, but given that snapshot that came out on Tuesday and the really big change that actually occurred with monster spawning and lighting, I did want to cover that, so that delayed this video a little bit. But hey, here we are and I am ready to get started on a new episode. In today's episode, I actually want to do a little bit of an experiment. Wait, don't leave. I promise this is going to be an interesting experiment. As I'm sure some of you are aware, Minecraft 1.17 has brought a lot of changes to caves, in particular in this game, and that's led a lot of people to say that they haven't been finding as many diamonds as they have in past versions. This has also led some people to speculate that Minecraft might not have the most diamonds if you strip mine at the y=11 level anymore. Some people have actually suggested that y=5 might be the new king, and a guy who I trust a lot when it comes to Minecraft updates and videos is Zoomovoid. He actually did a video on that exact topic. In his video, he found that strip mining at y=5 actually did produce more diamonds than doing the same at y=11, which I found really interesting. That's a big departure from the way things have been in Minecraft for a while now. However, the Minecraft developers have since released statements that diamond generation shouldn't be that different in this edition of the game. They also said that videos, I'm assuming like Zoomovoid's, talking about the topic haven't used a big enough sample size to really be representative of how diamonds spawn in the game. While that's definitely true, I'm still finding it interesting that Izuma managed to find more diamonds at y=5. Even if it is just anecdotal evidence, and not necessarily conclusive proof that diamonds now spawn more frequently at y=5, or that they're easier to find at y=5, I still think it's pretty useful to know. Because even if it is anecdotal, if we're able to find more diamonds at that level than y=11, I want to know so we can make that change. So, with that all said, the way I'd like to start off today's video is actually by doing a little experiment of our own. We're going to keep it pretty simple for our experiment. The way I'm going to test it is we're going to spend 30 minutes branch mining at y=11, and then we'll spend 30 minutes branch mining at y=5. Yeah, similar to Izuma's videos, this won't necessarily be conclusive proof that more diamonds spawn in at either level. However, I do still think it's useful to know. You know, I could certainly see with the addition of things like deep slate and just slightly tweaked cave generation, diamond spawning could be a little bit different in this edition of the game. So I wanted to test it out for myself, and well, we'll see the results pretty soon. With that all said, let's go ahead and jump into a mining montage at y=11. Alright everyone, 32 minutes later, I came across a vein of coal at the end that just kept going and going, and this is what we've got. We have 6 diamonds, 27 lapis, just over, well, almost 5 stacks of redstone dust, about 2 stacks of coal, about 2.5 considering the amount that I mined that I made into torches while I was down there, almost 1 stack of iron, 62 to be precise, and 24 raw gold. Overall, not too bad. I am pretty pleased with this. I'm glad we were able to get 6 diamonds. Overall, not too bad. I am pretty pleased with this. I'm glad we were able to get 6 diamonds too. We did get a little bit lucky because that all came from one vein. It was a vein of 6. It was actually a combo of deep slate diamond ore and the normal stone diamond ore, which I thought was cool. Overall, it was probably slower than doing the same amount of strip mining would have been in a prior version, mostly because the most common stone that you come across down there is deep slate, which just takes a little bit longer to mine, especially with an unenchanted iron pickaxe. Now, actually, on that note of enchanting, you'll be able to see at the bottom of the screen, I'm now at level 31. Yeah, a combo of mining gigantic coal veins and breeding my cows and, you know, killing a few of them over and over and over let me get 31 levels. And since we have 6 diamonds in here, plus I believe, yep, plus 6 diamonds here, we definitely have enough to make an enchanting table. So by the end of this episode, we should definitely have a good pickaxe. Keeping my fingers crossed for fortune, but you know, it can be kind of random what you get. But hey, with all that said, for this first portion of the experiment at y equals 11, I think it's about time to head on down, bring my bucket of water just in case I run into some lava, and start mining at y equals 5. Cue the montage music, and here we go. Well, I was literally just about to finish at y equals 5 and head up back to the surface. My pickaxe has 4 durability. And look what I found. Literally one of the very last blocks that I was going to dig. So let's go ahead and be careful, because I am completely out of pickaxe durability. We got 1. We got 2. Ooh, okay. 3, 4, 5 at least. Alright. I'll come back down here with a fresh pickaxe, and then I'll meet you back up at the surface to count our totals. Alright, well I have returned to the surface, and I think it's about time that we see what we got at y equals 5. So on first glance, the most telling thing here, the most interesting thing, is that we got exactly the same amount of diamonds. We found exactly 1 vein at both y equals 11 and y equals 5, and both veins even had the same amount of diamonds. They were both 6 large, so, well, in terms of answering the question of where do you get more diamonds in 30 minutes of strip mining, in our example at least, we got the same amount. And if you look at some of the other ores, we actually see a pretty similar pattern. At y equals 5, we ended up getting just about 6 stacks of redstone. At y equals 11, we got almost 5 stacks. But then at y equals 11, we got slightly more iron. This was at about 62 before I had to take a bunch out in order to make some new iron pickaxes. So this was 62, and then at y equals 5, it was 42. So we got a decent amount more iron at y equals 11. But yeah, like I was saying, we got more redstone to make up for it. And we also got a slight bit more coal. Although, again, that number might be a little bit off because I did have to borrow coal at some points to make torches. The number of raw gold that I got was pretty much the same at each, 29 and 24. And then the number of raw copper. I believe I actually found some copper in here too, and I think it was about the same. I may have combined these two accidentally, so I think it ended up looking more like this. Basically, what we found here from this experiment is that there's not much of a difference. Of course, now, this was only a 30-minute mining session at each, and yeah, it's a very small sample size. With only having done 30 minutes of mining at each level, this definitely isn't an official experiment that you can really draw conclusions from. It's heavily dependent on the random number generation to see how many ores happen to spawn in the place where we were mining. It also depends on how much deep slate spawned in, because that slows down the rate of mining. At y equals 5, it also depended a lot on lava lakes and how frequently those spawned in, because whenever those come in at y equals 5, it's often a pain to deal with, because the lava can just come from everywhere, and it's not like you can easily cut it off. So, essentially, the take-home point here is, this wasn't an official experiment, but at least in my anecdotal experience, mining at y equals 5 and mining at y equals 11 is about the same. Well, you know what, everybody? An underrated perk of doing that experiment is that now not only do we have a pretty decent answer as to whether or not you should mine at y equals 11, we also now have more than enough supplies to make a level 30 enchanting setup. As you can see here, we got 5 diamonds, which is definitely enough to make a diamond pickaxe, mine some obsidian, and craft up an enchanting table. We also have over 45 leather, thanks to breeding those cows out there, and we also have more than enough sugarcane to make a level 30 enchanting setup. So, all I gotta do now is head on down, mine some obsidian, and we are ready to start enchanting. Alright, we are back at the surface. I went ahead and got a little bit of extra obsidian, so now we've got enough for another portal, and some to spare, just so hopefully I won't have to go back down and mine any more obsidian for a little while. But yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I think the first thing I'm going to do is make the one book. Here we go. 2 diamonds, and boom. Enchanting table, done. And perfect. 15 bookshelves and the enchanting table. Love to see it. Let's go ahead and place it down. We'll head on up here to our little enchanting station setup, and voila. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is have it offset by 1, because unfortunately this room is 6 blocks wide, not 5 blocks. Whoops. But no, it should work. I'm thinking we can place things down along this wall, like a stone cutter, grindstone, maybe those like villager tools. We can place those along the wall so it doesn't feel too lopsided. But all right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Level 30, and we got Fortune 3 right off the bat. That's perfect. Actually, in that case, I might as well just go ahead and do that now. We've got the lapis, we've got the levels. Why not wait? Or, sorry, why not just do it now? We don't need to wait. Okay. And we will run back up the stairs. And voila. All right, come on. Give me efficiency and unbreaking 2. Come on. Let's get a perfect pickaxe. And... oh, yes. Yes. Good stuff. We got a perfect pickaxe already. Oh, man. I am super happy with that. Very nice. Okay. Well, our very first enchantment in this world. We got Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3, and Efficiency 4. I am very, very pleased with that. Nice. Well, hey, another plus of doing all that mining down there at y equals 5 and y equals 11 is that we now have, what is that, 13 diamonds? Yeah, we now have 13 diamonds that we can play around with. So I'm going to take a second and, well, think about what I want to enchant and what I want to craft here. And we are back. As you can see in my hotbar, I've gone ahead and made my decision. The first thing that I'm going to go ahead and enchant is a diamond chestplate. As you can also see in my inventory, I also went ahead and crafted up a diamond axe and a diamond sword. I went back and forth a little bit on what I should use the remaining 5 diamonds after crafting the chestplate for. I thought about doing a helmet since, 5 diamonds would have fit perfectly, but also I am trying to use my axe more as a weapon, so I figured it couldn't hurt to get that enchanted up, maybe get some unbreaking. I also will be needing to chop down a lot of trees because I think what's in my inventory right now is pretty much all the wood I have, so that certainly wouldn't hurt. And I would also love to get looting on a good sword, so you know what, I'm good with the selection for now. I can always, now that I have Fortune 3, I can always do a little bit more strip mining and hopefully find more diamonds very easily anyway. So without any further ado, let's toss that diamond chestplate on in. And what do we got? Okay, Unbreaking 3. Alright, and the axe also has Unbreaking 3. And the sword has Smite. Okay, I am not going for Smite. I think what I'm going to do is go for this chestplate. Unbreaking 3. If I can get an Unbreaking 3 and Protection 4, that would be perfect. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind Unbreaking 3 and Blast Protection. I would love to not have to be paranoid anymore about creepers 24 hours of the Minecraft day. So I think we're going to go for the chestplate first. And here we go. What is it? Protection 4. Very nice. I am very pleased with that. Perfect. Okay. Well, hey, we are now looking a whole lot more shiny. There we go. Let's get that diamond pickaxe in our hand. Perfect. We are looking real good, and I'm feeling a lot more safe about roaming around in the world and not just having to constantly look out for creepers. Shh. Be very, very quiet. I'm leading wabbits. Yeah, I would never hunt a rabbit. What do you mean? I'm not a monster. I'm not a murderer. Who could ever kill these little guys? Look at him. Yeah, stay away from that cactus, little fella. Okay, and we are pulling this guy on back because I already have one little guy hooked up to a fence right on over here. Yep, shout out to the wandering traders earlier on who donated me their leads. I really do appreciate it. And with this guy tied up, we are now going to be able to start a little bunny farm. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so I don't want to necessarily tie these guys up because I have any intentions on making a big bunny farm, i.e. the kind of farm where you kill them to get their drops. No, I don't want to do that at all. Look how cute they are. Look how cute this guy is. I could never do... Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
How cute this guy is. I can never do.
We've just seen a tragedy. I'm so sorry that you had to see your friend do that. I apologize. Yeah, in retrospect, this probably wasn't the best place to tie them up. Okay, a quick jump cut while we forget about the horror of that bunny jumping to its death. Yeah, in retrospect, that was not the smartest place to to tie up Minecraft's most notoriously skittish mob, other than maybe bats, but still, these guys love jumping around, and unfortunately, an accident was probably bound to happen, keeping him there. Well, I will always keep you in my memories, my friend. It's alright. Luckily, there are a ton of bunnies in this desert, and they seem to spawn all the time, so it's not like we're going to be left wanting for another bunny to start our little breeding program with, but I still miss that guy, you know? It won't be the same. Uh-oh, and I now spot my horse walking off in the distance. Hopefully, you wouldn't do something quite like that, but just to be safe, I am going to hook you back up to a lead. And I actually had the idea of hooking him up to this little fence right here. There we go, perfect. It's now both aesthetic and useful. Okay, but quick little bunny and horse shenanigans aside, I think that's actually going to call it for this episode. I know it's a little bit shorter, but overall, we've made a lot of good progress today. We've gone from straight iron, unenchanted armor and tools to enchanted diamond chestplate, enchanted diamond pickaxe with fortune, and a diamond axe and diamond sword. Now that we have that fortune pick especially, I'm definitely going to do some mining off camera. You know, typical YouTube thing, mining off camera. And hopefully collect a few more diamonds so that by the end of next episode, or maybe the one after that, we can have a full set of diamonds and feel entirely safe walking around, maybe even explore some caves and ravines. But yeah, with that all said, thank you very, very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do consider liking and subscribing. It's free, you can always change your mind, and it really helps me out, especially as someone with a pretty new YouTube channel. It'll also definitely encourage me to keep on going with this series, which I'm definitely looking forward to, because there's a lot of potential with this. You know, we haven't even touched that village over there. There's a lot we can do with this world, and I'm excited to explore it with all of you. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.